Okay, as I'm live, we'll see if the signal lasts. I'm going to try this again for Virgos for those of you that are in relationships for June 19. Sorry. Okay, so this is for Virgo, rising sun, moon, Venus, Mars. For those of you that are in relationships, I already picked the cards, but it cut me out. So if this one is weird too, I may just have to wait and redo this. But I'm going to try this again. So I already picked the cards. There's a lot of sweetness and wanting to build together or wanting to create beauty together. Create a beautiful, harmonious environment. Whether it's planting a garden together, fixing up a house together, nesting together, creating beauty, doing things that you enjoy that are creative together. There's a lot of goodness here. It may be one of you or the two of you have been single parents in the past and you have included a child in this, in which case the child looks like they're doing really well. Or you have done really well for yourself in general, or the two of you have. Some of you may be deciding to have a child, possibly, or that you want children, or to create beauty. Yeah, create beauty together. Work on your talents together. You may have similar talents where you play music together or you do something together that you both are inspired by. You may both be botanists or marine biologists or something. It seems as though you're able to attain sweetness and romance in the relationship, or you're getting to know someone too. This could be for some of you that have recently gotten into a relationship with someone. You're still getting to know each other, but it looks like it's doing really well. It may be that you're in a relationship, but you live in different residences, or you each have your own independent life going on at the same time as the relationship, where there's just I'm getting a really nice feeling that you mutually really respect each other. Okay. Or you're creating, yeah. In the future, some of you may decide to take this relationship deeper. You may decide to move in together or get married or have children or create a business together, create a farm together. You're creating something together. And here's your card on the top of it. It looks as if you are mutually helpful to each other. Or you're working on this. Let's put it that way. All relationships involve a certain amount of work in making sure that it is maintained and still healthy over time. And it looks as though the two of you are very much invested in making sure that the relationship stays healthy and nurtured, and that the little things that crop up here and there are addressed in the proper way. It looks as though you feel comfortable enough to really create a foundation together, which is amazing to see. And you both are extremely considerate of one another, or you're working on this. You're making the effort to be considerate of each other. And again, you may be creating something beautiful, whether it's a home, a garden, a farm, or just the relationship itself. It looks really beautiful. For some of you, it could be saying that in order to ensure that things remain stable in the relationship, you both need to help each other a little bit more, or be a little bit more considerate of each other. Or both of you may need help with building this new thing or creating this thing. So in the future for the rest of June, it looks like there's a little bit of emotional confusion here. I'm going to pick a clarifier to go with the 7 of Cups so I can make better sense out of it. Let's see. Some of you may have recently decided to take a break, not to end the relationship, but just to get back to yourself again, or get back in touch with something that, or just to feel like you're still your own self, or you may even just need to go within to figure some little fine tuning things out. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Hermit, which is your major arcana. Could you possibly be with another Virgo? Or this person seems like you two have very similar energy to each other. This could also possibly be a water sign, specifically a Scorpio, but it does not have to be any of those signs. There's perhaps something that made you take a step back a little bit to think about some things. I'm not saying that you've decided to leave the relationship. It may be one of you went away temporarily, and so the other one is alone for a little bit. And I'm actually getting an enjoyment of a certain amount of alone time where you can kind of get back to yourself again. This relationship seems really deep, really deep emotions involved here. This person, you two may be researchers, or this person might be a researcher. They may be called away to go do something, and you're left alone to do some inner searching, or just to get back in touch with yourself. But it looks like there's some emotional confusion. Maybe one of you started to get a little too possessive, or a little too borderline jealous, or wants to merge with you all the time. Scorpionic energy, which is this King of Cups, can be very, he's so concerned with intimacy and really wanting to know the depths of their partner that sometimes this can be a little disconcerting, especially for Virgos. You guys need a certain amount of your own time or your own space. This person may have started to get a little too overwhelming for you, or a little too nosy into what you're doing, or asking a little too many questions, or wanting to know a little bit too much, where you started to possibly feel a little hated or scrutinized. And this may have thrown you off emotionally a little bit, where it's making you feel a little uncertain, or you're not really sure how to handle this. How do you really get clear with this person on what you need, which is a certain amount of time to yourself, where you don't have to answer anybody's questions about what's going on in your head, or what you're doing, or I don't know. I definitely got that for a bunch of you. So again, if this person goes away, or if you go away temporarily for a little bit, maybe on some kind of a retreat or a trip, you can do some deep thinking about how to address this. If I didn't look at it in that way, it may be flipped, or the other person it may even just be saying that one of you are going through something very personal that is bringing up a lot of emotions that you have to sift through or figure out. And that may temporarily throw the emotions off in the relationship, where one of you is wondering what's going on with the other one. But I feel as though it's a very personal, emotional journey. You may not know exactly how to explain this to them, or they may not know exactly how to explain it to you. Let me see if I can get another clarifier on those. The Ace of Pentacles. Maybe the two of you have an extremely deep bond. You're building something or working on something, and something about it needs to be readjusted, or a new avenue be brought in, or a new way of the relationship to be brought in. Kind of bringing in some ground rules for the relationship, or some strategies for the relationship, or some kind of agreements in the relationship that would smooth these things out more, where you can kind of know what's going on, or how it functions, or what could be done. I am getting, you guys need to, when you do spend time together, you do need to do more things outside of the house together, or you need to cultivate mutual hobbies. I'm even just learning how to go out dance and partner dancing together, or going out hiking together, doing something special together, a new routine. That's what I'm getting. You need new routines, or new some new healthy patterns to come in to kind of branch you guys out where it's not so. I'm getting an insular, kind of close knit, kind of isolated, like coupledom here in a certain way, where you guys may have gotten too. How do I explain this? You guys have gotten too involved with your bond or with your home life or with your intimate life, or really merged with each other quite a bit, and you're starting to feel this vague kind of general feeling of dissatisfaction, or like something is missing, or you're not sure how you feel anymore. Doing something to get out of that and branch out, meeting other couples, meeting friends, getting involved with some kind of community pursuits, or even going into some kind of volunteer work together, or building something fun outside, like a tree house, will help snap you out of this overly close feeling. It's so hard to describe. It's like you guys have become so close knit into each other that you're starting to feel like the filters or the shields that separate you from them are starting to kind of get foggy, where you're starting to lose yourself a little bit. And you definitely can't do that because you're not built to do that all the time. It's important for the two of you to also have your own interests and hobbies outside of the relationship that you can get involved in. There's maybe some kind of investment you guys are thinking about doing together, investing money into something, and you need to do some deep thinking. Really look at the details at any paperwork you draw up or look at. Make sure you're really seeing it clearly before you start this. This is reminding me of, I think Mercury is about to go retrograde if it hasn't already. And this may temporarily put a fog on things. You really want to look at the details of things and make sure you're not missing anything, or that any agreements that are made are clear to both parties or multiple parties involved. If you have been confused over whether or not you can have some kind of a little bank loan or investment or money come in through other sources in order to fund possibly buying a house, getting a new apartment, or relocating or something, creating something beautiful, I'm getting, you will get it. So try not to settle for something less than what you need to get started with this. It will come. Okay. If there has been some health issues with one of you, it looks as if you're able to find something like a remedy or something to treat it with, or to start a new regimen with something, or a new pattern, a new strategy. Just getting outside. Okay, hopefully that helped or made sense. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.